I've been meaning to do this one for a minute, and one of my subs, shout out to Diva Queen Lopez for one. She, and I said like, I need to do one on Uncle Tom because as many times as a lot of us go in on these coons and these bed wenches, I'm no different from any one of y'all because when it come down to calling them out, I used to use the term Uncle Tom too back during in the 90s and so on and so forth until like late 90s early 2000s. I had got a hold of the book Uncle Tom's Cabin, which was written by Harriet Beecher Stowe. you know but but this was the real Uncle Tom right here, named Josiah Henson. you know and as you can see in the date right there, very brave man because this man's not only he reached freedom in Canada by leaving Kentucky by foot 6 weeks earlier. You know what I'm saying? But he also put his life on the line. But see, in the autobiography of Uncle Tom's Cabin, because Uncle Tom was a good man who sacrificed his life just to free two slave girls. So I wanted to give everybody this little lesson here that you can go ahead and get the book out of Amazon. I'm gonna leave the link in the description because we have to be real careful of words that we choose because words are like spells, and if you're not careful with it, you might end up casting a spell on yourself instead of casting it against the supposed enemy within and on the outside. Because like, I always say coon, sambo, bed wench, buck, bed buck. Those are more appropriate for those people who sold us out and throw us under the bus on a consistent basis, just so they can make white people, so-called Caucasian, so-called Neanderthals and Cro-Magnons comfortable, like Stephen A. Smith, or should I say Stephen A. Snit, Stephen A. Leach, who made that comment toward J.R. Smith about wearing a hoodie sitting on the court side because he's making white people uncomfortable and remind them of Trayvon Martin. That is coon to the core. Or when it comes down to Jason Whitlock, thank God I don't hear nothing about him because I don't even mention that fat pile of shit on here and all that because it's a waste of energy. Who always has some um, incendiary things to say about Colin Kaepernick out of jealousy. Ray Lewis, Larry Elder, Jesse Lee Peterson, David Webb, Dina Borelli, Melissa Harris Perry. You know, it's so many. Charles Barkley, Shaq. All those guys are coons, man. Every last one of them. Jim Brown, all of them. Daryl Scott, Lloyd Banks, Brian Pumper, um, you know, look-alike. Same go for the bed wenches too. Same thing like the Jamil Hills, like the Amber Phillips, Jamila Lemieux, Diamond and Silk. So, like in future references, man, and like I say this to everybody, I'm telling you, everybody, you know the difference between Uncle Tom and all this stuff. I know some people don't, a lot of people don't know it yet, but when you read Uncle Tom's Cabin, you'll see why we don't use Uncle Tom to describe these sellouts. Why we call them coon, we call them sambo. Now I don't heard cats on here talk about saying that coon is a derogatory term. Okay, yeah, it is. But it's appropriate to describe these idiots who consistently and constantly throw us under the bus in the presence of mixed company. Because Uncle Tom was the real deal. Sambo was the enemy. Sambo was the one that went back and told Massa, "Oh, the slaves are going to go ahead and revolt, Massa." That's what that is. So fuck some of these YouTubers who don't like the term coon and they into their feelings. Shit. Sticks and stones will break my bones, but names will never hurt me. Well, maybe a 130 grain hollow point, but that's about it. But, you know, shit. Motherfucker better have some thick skin like Luke Cage. You know, and I'm just getting a little pissed off about it, cause see, it most of the time be a lot of some of these black YouTubers and stuff who talking about saying, you know, try to act like they so fucking holier than thou and your shit don't stink, motherfucker. Please, motherfucker, when you want to take a shit, you pull down your drawers and plop your ass on that porcelain just like everybody else. Fuck out of here. So y'all can miss me with that. But on the real for real though, I just want to go ahead and leave y'all with this though. You can screenshot it or post it up or whatever like that though. But this is the brother's name, Josiah Josiah Henson. That's the Uncle Tom. That's the real Uncle Tom. Brave man. October 30th, 1830, Josiah and Charlotte Henson reached freedom in Canada, left Kentucky by foot 6 weeks earlier. I mean, that's real, though. You know, and like I said in the book, Uncle Tom's Cabin, he was a good man because he sacrificed his life to go ahead to free 2 slave girls. You know what I'm saying? So, like, we got to be real careful of the terms that we choose. You know, just like we got to be careful when we use the terms like white supremacy and white supremacist, because like as Tariq Nasheed has pointed out, and I'm gonna reiterate that not every white person is a white supremacist. That is true, but always keep your third eye open, keep your pineal gland activated, so you can see them for who it is. Because see, in case y'all haven't figured it out and y'all don't know yet, we have done a lot of damage to the system of white supremacy, because they're losing their stranglehold and they're losing it bad. You know, the shooting that coward Kelly did yesterday in San Antonio was proof enough. And I'm gonna tell y'all something right now. As these crackers are starting to lose their stranglehold on them, they're losing in more than one ways, losing to the opioid epidemic, losing to the declination of birth rates, losing to the rise of so-called white on white crime. You're gonna see a lot of these idiots start coming out, and they're gonna start having more do more mass shootings, pulling more terroristic acts. And it's gonna be white people that's doing that. Now shit, everybody was bold to go ahead and talk about the dude that drove the truck in New York with a bomb on it and stuff. Call him a terrorist, no problem. Okay? Even Hobgoblin 45, who's over there in Japan. Now he monitoring that. Now he just sending prayers to all the people that were killed and all that. But again, he refused to call the man who caused it a terrorist, which he is. It's domestic terrorism at its finest. You know, that Kelly dude had a record. He had a domestic violence abuse and he was found court-martialed guilty and he was dishonorably discharged. And some of his buddies that's on here, like, you know, Captain PY2, General Africa, 1LVZ, they were in the military. You know, Sergeant Willie in military. My brother's in the military. He can tell you how that go. But this is something there that I said I've been wanting to do, and I'm honored that I did want to get this out, because like everybody need to read that book, Uncle Tom's Cabin. I'm gonna leave a link in the description for y'all to get it. Let me know what y'all think about it in the comment sections. Fire away, share, subscribe, click the notification bell, so when I upload new videos, you go ahead and get them. I'm done here. No more talk. Talk. See y'all in the next round.